And I'm wondering if there's anybody in the Playhouse family that has experience with this, because if so, I'm sorry, icky. So apparently ages 19 to 24 is the sweet spot and most common time that women report having this creepy experience of one of their friends' fathers hitting on them, which is kind of icky for a lot of reasons. The number one being they've probably known you for a lot of years. So gross.
That's so gross.
So we're just lobbing it out there because I'd be just curious what happened, what came of it. Did you ever have that? And it doesn't have to be in those ages. It's an experience of like a friend's dad hitting on you, and like that moment you realize that's what's happening right now. And how was that? And like, sir, I've known you for the past 15 years.
I've never had like a friend's dad hit on me. I don't think any of my friends have ever had anything like that. But there's a girl, and it is kind of similar to me because it's like they've known you growing up.
Mm-hmm.
There's a girl I went to high school with, and she ended up marrying one of our teachers.
Kind of similar in a lot of ways.
Where it's
Yeah,
like he
yucky.
knew her for years, and like now they have a family and things together. But I think it is so strange.
Well, and when, things actually play out, age acceptable or whatever, but still it's like, oh, you got to have known each other for a long time. This makes us feel gross.
Ew, right away, someone even said, my friend's dad never really paid much attention to me. But then now that I've got older, he started commenting on all my Facebook photos. Beautiful smile, fire emojis. It got weird real fast. Eventually, I had to block him.
Yeah, it's like one thing if it's just like, well, looks like you had a fun time on your trip. You're like, that's what I'd expect to see. About the time it's a fire emoji. It's like,
Gross.
no, Mr. Anderson, what are you doing?
Stop doing that.
So 19 to 24, this is apparently is the highest time this is reported where women are like, yeah, then all of a sudden this creepy thing came out of my friend's dad's mouth. You've been there before at all? Or you got a story?
Yes, it was heinous and disgusting.
I mean, that doesn't surprise me at all, but like, how did it play out? Like, what? Just tell me everything.
I mean, your friend's dad, it's just disgusting. We were all out at his son's bar, my friend's brother's bar. So people were drinking, and eventually he just was sidling up on me, rubbing up on me. I don't even want to relive the details. I can tell you he's a breast man.
Well,
it was a traumatic experience.
Things you didn't need to know.
Someone said, not exactly flirting, but my friend's dad started calling me young lady and telling me I look gorgeous every time I would come around after college. My friend noticed too and would just roll her eyes. It made us both uncomfortable. And someone else said, when I was 27, I ran into my childhood best friend's dad at the bar. This man literally introduced himself to me like we had never met before. Tried to buy me a drink. I said, I used to sleep over at your house when I was a kid, like every weekend.
At some point in there, if he didn't go like, oh my God, he knew.
You know.
You don't think so?
I hope not.
What was your instance like this if something like that has happened to you? Felt like a creepy stat, I guess, but between 19 and 24, that is apparently the most frequently reported, the sweet spot for when we're reporting in. Like, that's when I noticed like a friend's dad kind of hitting on me. And it's like, okay, that feels a little gross. But some people are having like some positive experience in there too.
I don't like that the term is the sweet spot. That's
the high
the age
period of
range.
time.
Someone said my friend's dad slid into my DMs after my divorce and he started checking on me, which I thought was nice. But then he asked me to grab dinner and I almost threw my phone across the room because I've known this guy since I was a child. And someone else said, at my friend's wedding, her dad had a few drinks and spent half the reception telling me how beautiful I had become. My husband was standing right there and we still laugh how uncomfortable it was. Do you think he was hitting on you or that he really is just like, you've turned into a beautiful girl? Like he looks at you as almost like a daughter.
I think that's usually what you're like assuming. And it's got to be just like this mind-boggling moment when a person's brain goes, oh my God, that's not what you
Ew.
mean.
Someone said, I never thought it would happen until my friend's dad sent me a friend request and then immediately followed with a message that said, you grew up nice. Deleted, blocked, end of story.
Yucky. And then do you have to have like that awkward conversation with your friend? Like, you're not going to believe what message I received.
Absolutely. I think you have to tell them.
Mm-hmm. And you've been here before too?
I did. It was actually one of my best guy friends, and his dad and I go to the same gym, and he kept going every time I would go and just talk to me constantly on the treadmill. And then he would try and like go out for coffee afterwards. It was so creepy.
Any chance he wanted to just buy a coffee and or no?
It wasn't just coffee.
So how did you end up shutting that down?
I stopped going to that gym.
And did you ever tell your friend anything about her dad being kind of creepy?
No, it was totally weird.
I feel like you have to bring it up. I feel like you have to.
Yes. I think you have to say, look at what your dad sent. And then that's on your friend now if they want to confront their parent.
Well, their instinct, too, is probably going to be like, oh, he's just being whatever. Like,
No way.
I
I
don't
think
know.
if it is creepy enough, yeah, they would probably freak out at their parent.
Which is actually worse? Which is actually worse? You're an adult, you're in your 20s. You find out your dad's doing that to your friends, or you get the creepy comment from one of your friends' dads, which is actually
I would
worse.
be more upset with my father.
I think probably, don't you
At
think?
least, like, if you get that, you could just ignore the message, move on. But then it's like, now you're going to be like, I can't ever invite any of my friends over.
Uh-huh.
That's so weird.